I think it's super important for individuals to always not only know how to do the skill and how to use their gear to its fullest potential, but also how do we use our gear if it hits its failure point, because every piece of gear has a failure point. So today what I wanted to do was talk to everybody about failure points with these shelters and how we can overcome them. So what I've found is that the failure points to any type of poly tarp, for the most part, is that the grommets start to pull away from the tarp material itself. And that's just simply caused from, over time, us pulling tension on the tarp and pulling tension on them grommets, and the grommet, of course, pulls away from the material. With that happening, there's one quick fix that you can do in the field, especially in a survival situation. If for some reason the winds are high and this happens, or you're setting up your shelter, you're panicked and you pull that just a little too hard and tear your grommet away. Rather than having to lay on the ground and just roll up in the space blanket, we can still keep the shelter configuration with one simple trick. Assuming that this grommet totally ripped out either in a setup process or during a super high wind or a very bad storm, this end of the tarp, of course, is going to fall down onto you. So then what are you going to do? Now we don't have a tie-out point. Well, it's a very easy fix. All we need to do is take a rock and put it on the back side of our tarp. I'm just taking a normal rock I picked up, and we're bunching our tarp up, just like that. So we're going to take our cordage that we were using, and we're going to put a Lark's head knot in, which is very simple. It goes around our rock. We tighten it down, and then we can tie off our shelter in the same fashion we initially did. And this eliminates using that torn out grommet. So to create our Lark's head knot, as a review, we basically fold our cordage over, and I like to stick my fingers through my loop and grab the two pieces of cordage and then just bring that other piece over. And that just creates a loop, such as this. So when we place that loop over our tarp with our rock inside, we can then just tighten that down as needed, and we have ourselves a tie-out point. Just remember, every piece of gear has a failure point, so you just need to be aware of that and think ahead of how am I going to fix it or how am I going to deal with it, because that's a huge part of survival, is thinking outside the box and still maintaining the things that you need to maintain to keep yourself alive. So using just a piece of material that we found here, it's just a simple rock, we made our shelter sustainable again. This was Dan Wowak with Coalcracker Bushcraft. Check me out at coalcrackerbushcraft.com, and until the next one, stay in the woods, guys.